My father had fought in World War II and was discharged as a 100% disabled veteran. My parents were devout Methodists, and it was through his illness that they came to the saving faith, the truth of Acts 2 and 38. Shortly after he was called into the ministry, he became a bishop, and he received the gift of faith from God. Many were healed through his ministry, including myself. In 1979, my father passed away. He was not a part of an organization. He did not have an assistant pastor. My mother began to pray to the Lord for a pastor for our church, and the Lord responded that he did not have a pastor. My mom then asked the Lord to prepare a pastor for us. After this began a journey of 8 years with my family and I. My father had left us a beautiful heritage and a legacy of faith, and my mother was determined to keep that faith and that legacy alive. During those 8 years, the Lord had shown my mother a vision of a white man walking down the aisles of our church and a black man coming through the side door of the church. In 1987, the Lord began to bring that vision to pass. The UPCI had launched a new ministry called Evangelism into the Black Community, and our very own Bishop David K. Bernard had been appointed as director for the Mississippi district for this ministry. I'll never forget the day that Pastor Frazier and Bishop Bernard walked through the doors of our church. He seemed so at home, and I don't remember what he preached, but I remember he brought so much hope with him. It was 2 years later, August of 1987, after the third pastor had left and took the entire church, leaving only our family and a few sisters, that my mother took our whole family to the conference on evangelism into the Black community. The conference was amazing. It was after that conference that my mother and another sister spoke with Bishop Vernon Bright, and he scheduled a time to come and preach at our church. But before Bishop Bright came, the Lord led my mother to call Bishop A.M. Mansfield, the pastor of the United Pentecostal Church in Meridian, Mississippi, for help. Our church, Free Gospel Temple, became a member of the United Pentecostal Church in 1988. Attending the Black Evangelism Conference each year became a tradition for our family. And in 1989, the conference was held in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was at this conference that I met my husband, Dave Henry, who is now the director of Building the Bridge Ministry. We were married on December 1st, 1990. After 9 years and 3 children, Jada, Davia, and Rama, the Lord called my husband to start a church in the city of Stone Mountain, Georgia. We had our opening service on May 30th, 1999. The Lord was adding to our church, and many souls were coming to our church weekly. But after a year, we realized that our church needed more than just a traditional church. Our church was needing to see the compassion side of Jesus. In Matthew 20 and also in Mark 10, the Lord states that I came to give my life for a ransom, and I also came to be a servant, not to be served. Jesus' ministry was twofold. He came to seek and save the lost, and he came to be a servant, his compassion side. The Lord gave me a vision of a community center, and in January 2006, our community center became an organization, Reach Community Development Center. Each year, millions of people visit our beautiful amusement park in Stone Mountain, Georgia. But the best thing in the city of Stone Mountain is our church. It is a place where God resides. It's a place for him. He governs his laws, his statutes, his commandments, his love, his hope, his grace, his mercy. People come through our doors each year, thousands of people, whether it's through our church or through our community center. And when they come in, they find a place where they can call home, a place where they are accepted, they receive hope, they receive love, they receive a family. Giving to Mother's Memorial helps make my story their story.